The 2-minute message is the Reader's Digest version of this week's positive and practical message at New Hope Christian Fellowship. You can view the complete weekly message from the comfort of your own home Saturday evenings at 7 p.m. at New Hope Olympia on YouTube. Or you can join us for live in-person worship in the modular building at 2805 Boulevard Road Southeast, Olympia, Washington 98501. We have all been betrayed. One thing is said to our face, but something entirely different happens behind our backs. This week's 2-minute message is the kiss of betrayal. Lessons from the life of Judas. From the scriptures, we will learn what motivates betrayal and how to deal with its aftermath. Judas is perhaps the most intriguing character in the story of Jesus because of how little we know about him. Some think that his last name was Iscariot, but since he was from Kerioth, that was his last name. Kerioth was in the southern portion of Judea. All the other disciples come from Galilee, which made Judas an oddity. Judas, we're told in one gospel, kept the purse and would sometimes steal from it. But in other gospels, we are not given this information at all. What we do know about Judas is, at some point, he had gotten frustrated with Jesus. In Mark's gospel is the story of the woman who anointed Jesus with expensive perfume. That was just too much for Judas to take, so he went to the Pharisees and the chief priest and offered to betray Jesus. In other gospels it's other reasons. The critical point was that Judas betrayed Jesus' location, where he would stay on the night of the Passover near the Garden of Gethsemane. One version tells us that he's paid 30 pieces of silver for this information.
Judas. Your friend from Galilee has caused quite a stir. One cannot deny that he has followers, especially amongst the less well-educated element. But you, Judas...
What do you want with him?
Just to talk. Judas, you are his friend. Bring him here, discreetly.
And what's in it for me?
It's in Matthew's Gospel that tells us he returns the money, the silver, because it was blood money. In refusing to accept the return of the silver, the chief priest and the Pharisee said, "Well, that's the payment. We don't want it back." And Judas throws the money on the ground and runs away and hangs himself because of the guilt he feels, and that's it. That seems to be the end of the story of Judas. It's such a central part of what happens to Jesus, yet it's surprising how little we know about Judas. Judas was indeed a most intriguing figure. So, is it fate? Is this what Judas is meant to do? Or is it a decision on his own? It's hard to tell from the stories when you really look at them. The author C.S. Lewis described the situation best when he said, "There's one of two ways we live life, either we live life, not my will, but thine be done, or we live life, not thy will but mine be done." In this week's message, we will share the 7 lessons we can learn from the life of Judas.